Alright. So in this game, you are a judge. You get to determine who has what stuff going on, I guess. New game. Someone's at the door. Welcome back, Problem Child. We beat Night 6, so you were right. I was able to beat it in the next hour. For the last half hour, we're just gonna chill with Judge Sim for the last half hour. So that's the plan. I don't know if you ever heard of Judge Sim. You're a judge. It's kind of a cool game. You get to make decisions. I have mail. My name, Eater 58, has mail. You were appointed as a judge. Here we are, the Banana Republic Courthouse. This is happening today. Week 1, Case 1. Your Honor, first of all, as the Ministry, we wish you success in your new position. We want to remind you of the details that are important for you to make a correct judgment. You can find the evidence in the evidence file. At the same time, you get information whether information whether there is digital evidence on the tablet. The case file includes the content of this case and the information of the defendants. You can ask questions to the defendants by clicking on microphone. These questions will play an important role in deciding the case. On the tablet, you can access the digital footage. You can also access the recordings of your dialogue via the microphone. The law book contains the rules and penalties for crimes that you need to look at to make the right decision. Finally, you will make your decision. Remember, your decisions will have consequences. Making wrong decisions in law book cases will cause your bars to increase. How full your bars are will affect the probability of getting a 12 on the dice screen after each game. This is kinda... like, this didn't make sense the first time I played it, but it rolls 2 dice at the end, and it determines if you get arrested or assassinated. So, therefore, remember that the game can end even if you're... remember that the game can end even if your bars are not completely full. Signed, Ministry of Justice. Thank you. Okay. So here's what we're going to do, chat. Right now, I have a 0% possibility of being assassinated and a 0% possibility of being arrested. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this evidence here. No evidence. Now we're going to look at the case file. So this is James Adley. Violation of restrictions. James Adley, who is this poor fella, was seen by the patrolling police at 2 o'clock after the specified restriction time of 2200. Was taken into custody on the grounds that he did not allow the criminal procedure to be applied. This is like Judge Judy? Yeah, kinda actually, yeah. You judge people a lot, so you'd be great at this? I'm not really one to judge, so I guess we'll have to see how this plays out. Here's James's statement. It was around 1:50. Okay, so he admits he was outside. He admits he was outside. It was around 1:50 and I wasn't feeling well. At the moment, I forgot that there were restrictions and I was just wandering around. I saw the police while they were on patrol and remembered that there were restrictions, then I insisted on not being punished. Now, as we all know, ignorance to the law... I can turn my lights back on. Ignorance to the law is no excuse. Let's talk to him. Why didn't you allow the police to write you a fine, Mr. Adley? Because I thought I was right, and they didn't give me a chance to explain. I didn't want it to come to this. Well, your 2 options were to get a fine, or have it come to this, I guess. In your statement, you said you didn't feel well during the night. Why didn't you call an ambulance? As I said, Your Honor, the first thing that came to my mind at the moment was to go out. And while I was doing it, I didn't think of the details. Thank you. Thanks. I set these up. I bought them on Amazon before I moved here so I could set them up. You can't really see it, but the only way that I could get... so, like, I have fiber, and they have to run it through, like, a wall to, like, a separate box that feeds into your router. The box has to be in my room, because that was the only place they could put it. So there's an Ethernet cord that runs across my ceiling and down into here that plugs into the router. You can't see it though. Alright, what did this guy just say? What did this guy just say, chat? Alright, we didn't allow him because he thought he was right. He didn't give him a chance to explain, but he didn't want to come to this. He wasn't feeling well, but as he said, the first thing that came to mind was to go out. Alright, well, let's look at what the... Okay, his thing is... It's in the middle because you're short. I am 6'4". So, and anything that can go near the ceiling's going on the ceiling. His charges, chat, are violation of restrictions. Let's see what the law says. Oh my gosh, what is this? It's not really a crime against the state. I guess all crimes are crimes against the state. Public prosecution offenses, violation of restrictions, 6 months public service, and $1,000 fine. Okay, well, sorry, man. I don't think there's much I can do for you here. My hands are tied here. You're 5'3". Yeah. I don't know what it is in the water in Utah, but everyone I know is above 6 feet. I've never met, like, a person who was, like, fully grown that was, like, shorter than 6 foot. That lives here. Alright, so we gotta give him 6 months public service and $1,000 fine. Mr. Adley! You in Utah? Yeah, I live in Utah. I was mentioning it, I think before you came in. I live in northern Utah near the Idaho border. And, Five Nights at Freddy's takes place in Hurricane, Utah. Just a little fun fact. Canonically, Five Nights at Freddy's takes place in Hurricane. It's called You're in Utah. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I'm all the way up in, you know, I'm gonna dox myself. I'm all the way up in Tremont. So, kind of forever north. Yeah, Utah. I like Utah. Like, it's a good, like, it's, I think it's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful state. However, the housing market here is so messed up. And groceries and stuff. Yeah, I think a lot of people that know both Five Nights at Freddy's and live in Utah are aware that it takes place in Utah. Something to brag about. A lot of people say it takes place in Hurricane, Utah, and that's how you know they're not from Utah. Alright, Mr. Adley, as Judge Eater here, I do find you guilty because you said you did it. I'm going to give you 6 months of public service and a $1,000 fine. Court adjourned. This is what it meant by the sum of dice earlier, by the way. When I said it was confusing, this is what it meant. We're good. This must be my family. Utah is an interesting place. At the same time, I kind of wish there were some more crazy people to keep out everyone else so that I could buy a house more affordably. Yeah, there's a little kitty cat up here. What? You can pet it and it purrs. You hear that? And when you poke it, it meows. Can I do anything to my wife? No. My son? No. My daughter? No. Just the cat. Here you go, kitty. Little pets for ya. Hey, welcome back, Red Hot. You just missed it. We executed a guy for being out past curfew. No, I'm just kidding. He got 6 months community service. We've also found this cat that's been here, and I never knew this, but you can like pet it and it purrs. You can click on it and it meows. That's kind of cool. I don't have any money right now, so I can't go outside. Convicts with a criminal record will not be given increased penalties. Remember this, chat. This is important, I think. Oh, Axel, you had cocaine? Axel. And a criminal record. You were attempting 420 mode? How long did you make it? Did you beat it? There you go. You're so annoyed. Were you annoyed because of the game, or were you annoyed that I didn't beat it? I would be annoyed either way. Alright, let's see what Axel has. Possession and carrying of drugs. A small amount of drugs were found on a person named Axel Brendan, who was subjected to an identity check by police in the evening as a result of his body search. Why was he subjected to a search, sir? As a result of the identity scan, it was seen that the person had been tried and acquitted twice before on charges of possessing and carrying drugs. As a result of the subsequent investigation, no evidence was found that the person named Axel Brendan was involved in drug dealing. Alright, so why was he searched? Why do they all look like they haven't slept in weeks? They're on my sleep schedule, actually. 3 a.m.? That's way better than I did. I admit that I carry the substance, but I only use it in my own environment and when I am alone to calm my mind. You hear that, chat? First off, Mr. Brendan here has admitted to having the drugs on him. He has admitted to having the drugs on him, and he admits that he uses the drugs. Which means it's not for possession or distribution. It's for self-use. Self-medication. Self-medicating. Now the problem here, chat, that I'm having is, that's what I'm saying, I think he's cooked. And I think I have to, like, by the book, because I don't want to get assassinated or arrested. But why did they search him? You know, like, what was he doing that they searched him for? I have not harmed anyone and never will. I will not use the substance from now on. You are subjected to an identity check by the police? Well, that's it then. I guess we do identity checks here, and Axel got caught up in this. You're cooked, Axel. There's the cocaine. You admitted you had it. Let's ask him. Let's ask him. Hey, Axel, were you gonna sell this stuff before you got caught in the ID check? Cap, I'm saying, dude. Also, I'm pretty sure, based on like YouTube videos I've seen, cocaine does not calm you down. It's like an upper. No, Your Honor, I was just on my way home and suddenly saw the police checking IDs. I wanted to change direction, but I was already on their radar. Okay, so we can add evading police to this too. Where'd you get the stuff from? You got it through a friend? I don't know where he gets it. Is this person you call my friend your close friend? No, Your Honor. He's someone I met at a bar called Grand Pub a month ago. I don't know him personally. Chat, would you guys call someone that you met a month ago your good friend? True, dude. It just takes a little bit of fent and you're dead. It's crazy, actually, how little fent it takes. Axel is cooked. Axel. Sorry, Axel. I gotta throw the book at you, legally speaking. Possession and carrying of drugs? That's what I'm saying. No way. Yeah, exactly, dude. Not only am I not going to call that guy my friend, I'm not going to buy drugs off of him. Unlike Axel here. Where's drug crime? Narcotic. Okay, aggravated sentence. 18 months public service and a 5,000. He's not even going to jail, chat. He's not even going to jail. He's getting 18 months public service and a $5,000 fine. How crazy is that? He's not even going to jail. 18 months, $5,000. All right, Axel. Axel, you are guilty. You're gonna do 18 months of public service, and you're gonna pay the state $5,000. Now get out of my courtroom, Axel. Don't let it happen again. See, that's what I don't understand, is there wasn't anything in there about, like, drug trafficking in any way. It just said, like, possession. Hi, kitty. Good kitty. He's a dealer? I think so, too. But just based on the evidence we had, there was nothing I could do. My hands were tied. I threw the book at him with what I could. Who the heck is this man? Jason Hamstred. Hamstred. No criminal record, chat. Keep that in mind. No criminal record. During the night, Freddie Close, CEO of Glenswick, who the heck is that? Was found dead, never mind, in the trunk of his car during a routine patrol by the car park security. Okay. It had been determined that the CCTV camera covering the area where the incident took place was not working at the time of the incident. Seems a little sus, chat. Seems a little sus. That's short for suspicious. Elon speaks street. I don't remember how that quote goes. I messed it up. I know I did. Security guard Jason Hamstred, who was the only employee in the company at the time of the incident, became a suspect and was taken into custody by police because he was the only one there, naturally. Okay, let's see what Jason has to say. On the evening of the incident, only 3 hours had passed since I started work. While I was doing my routine hourly patrol, I saw Mr. Coles' vehicle, but the open trunk of the vehicle caught my attention. When I approached the vehicle, I saw Mr. Coles' lifeless body in the trunk. What caught my attention about the body was that it had a red rose on it. Afterwards, I immediately notified the police. Okay, I'm assuming he's being charged... Oh, assassination. Excuse me, not just murder, assassination. What is this? Oh, there's a letter. A lot of evidence is lost as a result of anarchist attacks on our state. Hamstred? Ham that streds. The base of the dreads. Maybe, dude. I think this is like an EU game. So they got some weird names. I think at one point we're probably gonna have to eat like beans on toast and then beans and tuna on a baked potato, love. I don't know how they mess up their food so bad over there. In order to ensure the security of the evidence in the case, we will deliver the evidence to you in a device called a cryptex. We designed the passwords on this device so that only you can solve them. And remember, if you try to open it 3 times before the green light turns on, the cryptex will destroy the evidence. Wow, that's huge. I'm assuming I have to... That was easy. I don't think I was the only one that could figure that out, I'm being honest. I think almost anyone could have figured that out. Alright, the rope found next to the vehicle tire that was used to kill him, and then a red rose that was found on his body. Okay, let's talk to him. So far I don't see any evidence that it's him, to be honest. How do you think the killer entered the car park undetected without an ID card? I can't find any answer to that, Your Honor. The doors have never been used in the system since I started my shift. Did you have a problem with the CEO of the company, Freddie Coles? Did you know him well? Glenswick is a really big company. I know the name. I started 3 months ago. I only interviewed with the recruitment department and I had no problems with him. We don't have like... Chat. Here's the problem. Oh, let's go shopping. I have no money. Never mind. We're gonna get this cat toy though. We're gonna get this cat toy for the cat. When I have some money. Chat, here's the problem. I don't think he did it. I believe his story. I don't think he did it. The problem is, the doors were never used in the system since he started his shift. The person could have already been inside is the thing, you know? I forgot to change my Twitch name, hold on. And by name I mean title. Alright, there we go. Title change, thank you. Thank you very much, love. Alright. Okay. He has no idea. But it's a really big company. He only started 3 months ago. He had no problems with the CEO. He didn't really talk to him. He only interviewed with the recruitment department. The rose makes it seem like it was like a serial killer. I wish we had like a fingerprint or something, man. This is the only evidence. There's no more evidence. Where's assassination? Physical? No, this is assault. Homicide. Assassination is 62 years in jail. And chat, I really don't think he did it. Because he immediately notified the police. And it's his job. I don't think he would have notified the police as fast if he had done it. Mr. Hamstred? You, sir, are not guilty. I didn't see any evidence that pointed to Hamstred in any way, shape, or form. I had to let him go. Oh my, I'm getting money now. Let's go. I have $100 extra. Let's withdraw. Thank you. What do you want? For $100 for her school fees, do you accept? Your sanity will drop if you don't accept this. What does sanity do? I mean, she needs to go to school. It means I can't get the cat toy. That's annoying. Alright, first case of week 2. We got 2 fellows up here. Wow. This first one is Bob Groove. The second one is Connell Glane. Okay, auto theft. The vehicle was stolen while parked in a parking lot opposite the neighborhood where Lehman Diaz lives. I'm going to assume the Lehman Diaz is the guy whose car got stolen. Following the denunciation on the morning of the night. Come on, you couldn't have made this simpler. Following a denunciation on the morning of the night the vehicle was thought to have been stolen, the license plate was traced. The vehicle was turned over the same morning. As a result of the searches, a package containing cigar scissors was found in the vehicle. Apart from this, no additional findings. Details. As a result of the identity check, the person inside the vehicle was determined to be Bob Isaac Groove, nicknamed Big, B-I-G, that's Biggie. Known as a former car thief. Current car thief, sounds like. Lehman Diaz says, we went to our summer house in Counting Village with my car for 2 days as a family over the weekend. At the end of the second day, I think I forgot to lock my car because I was tired from the road. There is a possibility that the person who stole it also took advantage of this. Fascinating. Making hot chocolate? I love hot chocolate. Hot chocolate's so good. Here's Biggie's statement. On the morning of the day the car was thought to have been stolen, a longtime friend of mine, Connell Glenn, who's this fella, called me and said he had urgent business. He asked me to take this package to a place called Party Time. I thought it was urgent, so I went quickly to Connell Glenn's house. Connell gave me a car key and a piece of paper with the address of the place where I was to take the package. So I drove up with the car. Soon I got pulled over and found out the car was stolen. Upon the statement, Connell Glean was found at his home and brought to the police station for questioning. Connell says, I do not accept any of the accusations against me. I don't know anything. Okay, so Biggie has a criminal record. Where'd Red go? I don't know. He kind of hops in and out, I've noticed. But that is A-okay. Okay, Biggie has a criminal record, and Connell doesn't. Let's look at the evidence here, chat. Oh, these are fun. I like these. Okay, here's the cigar box that was found in the vehicle. Hold on. 212314 is the fingerprint. 212314. That's Connell. Okay, so Connell's cigar scissors were in the box. What's the digital evidence? A camera? Okay, this means nothing to me. There's no facial recognition. This means nothing. Let's talk. Where were you the night the car was stolen? Biggie was sitting at a place called Pepe's with his girlfriend. Before it was too late at night, I dropped her off at her house and went to my home. I fell asleep shortly after. In the morning, I woke up to Connell's call. What was the last conversation? When was your last conversation with Connell Glenn? It had been almost 6 months since we last spoke to Connell, and I was very surprised that he called me after all this time. Also, it's been a long time since I left these jobs. I'm now in a regular life and a regular relationship. I'm not guilty. When did you meet? This is to Connell. When did you meet Biggie? I've known Biggie for over 20 years. He is a dear friend. Mr. Groove says you gave him a stolen vehicle, delivered a package, and asked him to take it wherever he wanted. Is this true? I don't think that's how they played out. This has nothing to do with me. The last time I met Bob was 6 months ago. Bob has slandered me. Okay, so what's the deal? Auto theft. So Biggie here is innocent, and this guy's guilty as heck. Let's look at theft crimes. Auto theft. 2 years in jail? Alright. Let's get on. Biggie? You're not guilty. You're free to get out of my courtroom, sir. That being said, Mr. Glean, you, sir, are guilty, and you're going to jail for 2 years. Get out of my courtroom. Court is adjourned. Judge Eater has spoken. And I'm not killed. That's awesome. I love that.